Welcome back to the tea party. We're all mad here, and today I have something a little bit different for you. This is my notes, and if I'm looking off screen, it's because I'm referencing this. I have a lot to cover with you, and I don't want to leave anything out. So, I've decided I'm going to embark on a no-buy challenge, and for me, this is going to be a 3-month challenge. Why 3 months? Because I have an investment goal that I'm trying to hit. If my spending hadn't gotten away from me, I would be able to satisfy this goal no problem, but here we are. Overconsumption is still overconsumption, even if you're thrifting, and thrifting is really my soft spot. I went through the steps of creating a capsule wardrobe in my closet, and that was great, but I didn't stop adding stuff to it, like stuff that I was buying. So at that point, it's not really a capsule and it's self-defeating, so it's time to change gears. I was going to start today, and I'm still kind of trying to decide on that. If I don't start today, I'll start next Monday, but I'm definitely not waiting to for the start of a new month. Sooner is better than later. I have trash bags full of clothing in my garage that need to leave here, overconsumption at its finest. And I was going to send them to ThredUp, but the last time I went to request a clean out bag, it said that they were only accepting donations. So I'm not about to do that. Those may actually end up going to a local consignment shop, and I'll talk more about that in a second. So what's going to be included in the no buy restriction? Clothes, bags, shoes, makeup and cosmetics, hair care, skin care, accessories, and jewelry. So pretty much anything related to fashion and self-expression, right? What are the exceptions? So I'm going to allow myself to replace empties. So when I run out of my dry shampoo, I'll be replacing that, or replacing broken items. Like if something happened to my main star hairbrush here, I would replace it. I also just started belly dancing, and I'm gonna be in a show in a few months. And they told us yesterday there's probably some costume pieces that we're going to need to acquire. So that's an exception, and also an exception for things that I need for rehearsal and practice. Like I need to get some black socks because I'm that person that doesn't like to wear my socks inside because they get gross. Depending on how I start my countdown on the 3-month time period, my birthday could be included in this. And I'm just going to say out the gate that anything related to my birthday is not going to be included in this. For what I want to do, I don't think it would violate any of the restrictions anyway, but I'm just putting that out there up front. Household items, groceries, and existing debts are also not included in this, so I have to continue to make my student loan payments. There's also this artist that I love, and I have this suspicion that they're going to do a collab with a handbag brand that I love as well. And if that happens to drop during this 3-month period, I'm giving myself permission to purchase pieces from the collection. I've been anticipating this for a while, and of course, knowing my luck, it would happen while I was doing something like this, but I'm just going to take that stress off the table and permit myself that little grace. Now, I'm also back on the weight loss bandwagon, which is great, but this also means that I may need to set aside a budget for replacing items that I size out of. And by that, I mean jeans. Usually the first thing that I need when my body's changing dimensions is underwear. I'm not going to budget for underwear, but it may be a bit more difficult for me this time because I'm getting to that point where I'm in the mid-size range and I don't really know where to buy underwear that would fit me. That's not a plus size store. So there might be some trial and error with that. We'll have to see what happens when that time comes. Now, I mentioned setting aside a budget for purchasing items I size out of. The consignment shop that I want to take what I have to them, I already have a tab with them. I already have credit. So ideally, they would be the first stop if I need to replace some of my clothing, but unfortunately, they don't have a lot of plus size stuff. So I'm not really sure what I'd be able to find there, but I think that's going to be the first option. And if I can't find something there, then I'll have to change gears and figure out something else. Now, this kind of blends two areas that I'm trying to cover. So I feel like I struggle with a shopping habit. We'll just say shopping addiction. I don't know if it's actually an addiction, but we're just going to term it that for now. And I need to give myself things to do that's not scroll shopping. You know, like we have window shopping, scroll shopping. And I do it mindlessly when I'm sitting around watching TV with my partner, or, you know, it's just a thing that I do. And to satisfy idle hands, I've decided that I'm going to like bring my crafts to where I am to hopefully do that instead of scrolling, which I'm hoping that will help me with things like perusing Poshmark and stuff like that. I would usually do it on ThredUp, but I've deleted the ThredUp app from my phone. So no more ThredUp. And I've also started unsubscribing from a bunch of emails that I get to my inbox. And this kind of goes into wanting to spend less time consuming social media content. The flip side of that is if I'm crafting more, then I should have more content to put online. And a completely unrelated goal to any of this is to attract my people to me, even if that's virtually. So that's like its own thing, but this kind of feeds into that. Now, that said, stepping back to the exceptions, I'm allowing myself to purchase patterns. And I may also give myself permission to purchase fabric on a case-by-case basis. I have a pretty decent sized stash, but what I have is mostly cotton, and I have a lot of scraps. I have some larger pieces, but those are for like quilt backs. So if I wanted to make a dress, I would kind of need to take stock of what I have and figure out if I have enough yardage to make like a circle skirt. Being a plus size person, that gets tricky. So fabric will be case by case basis. But I definitely feel like I need to establish some guide rails on that, and more to come as we move forward. And I'm sure there will be pivots as I progress. I would love to have some chartreuse fabric because I have no fabric that color and I love that color. So yeah, the stuff that I'm gonna put next to me on the couch in the living room is gonna be my mending pile, my embroidery, and my English paper piecing. It's all hand sewing stuff, so I don't have to be in front of the sewing machine to do it. And I'm hopeful that that will kind of take the place of the mindless scroll shopping. My hope in sharing this is that if someone else relates to it, this kind of helps validate and maybe also shows some examples of what you can do to kind of break that cycle. Because I feel like especially like as a handbag nut, I feel like I've been sucked into this like capitalism consumerist machine, and I'm just trying to like snap myself out of it. So I hope that this helps someone. I'll post updates as I go. You should also see updates from my craft projects as well. And I hope that this is just an all-around positive thing. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll let you guys know when my official start date is. And thanks for watching. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.